that would be the second.
Okay. Okay. So, no, this is good.
So it just goes back to your agenda of continued discussion items, which I think we've already hit upon most of them.
Yeah, with respect, again, to the playground, I think, we have emphasized that quite a bit, that I think, and again, I'm just speaking for myself, from what I've heard from members and what I've heard from the user group, is that it is crucial and critical, to make the playground a vital part of this project, because I think it is the synergy of this, with respect to the attractiveness of people coming in to use the library from the playground, to, seniors, just such a relaxing, time to watch the kids on the playground with the seniors. So I think it is, truly a vital part. So I think with respect to playgrounds, again, I think it is a vital part. VFW involvement, we discussed it. Historical Commission, again, I'll as we get further down the agenda, I'll open it back up to Craig. But since it is, on the, agenda, it's been on the agenda on a couple of agendas, I think we just need to make sure that we're communicating with the Historical Commission, that we're not leaving them in the dust, for lack of a better word. And I'm going to reach out, like I said, just to Tom Bear, with respect to, how much square footage they would need. And, when we're asked the question, at town meeting, did we look into this? I want the answer to be yes, we did. And whatever answers we can give, whether it was, the footprint couldn't accommodate it, the budget couldn't accommodate it, or there was something else in the master plan, that the Historical Commission was privy to or okay with, that they were, again, part of the downtown, development. Because I think from surveys and what I've heard, it's crucial that, the Historical Commission stay in the downtown, development scheme. But again, looking at, the layouts tonight, I think it's going to be difficult to try to incorporate the Historical Commission within the footprint and still accommodate playground, parking, budget, and stuff like that. But we need to make sure that, we've done our job to look at what makes sense to communicate with them. So that's why, again, it was on previous agendas and it's on tonight's agenda. So again, I'll reach out to Tom Bear and make sure that, communications are there. So, go ahead, Bob.
Just with respect to the Historical Commission, you've been in there, I've been in there. They got a lot of stuff over there. Plus, they got stuff that you don't see.
Yep.
Yeah, it's up there.
You're in quite a big area to accommodate that, and that's going to blow the budget to hell on this at that point.
Agreed. And that's why, but again, I think we just need to have, we just need to make sure we've done our homework, that we understand what their square footage requirement is and what their requirement is. Again, being born, again, you and I being Uptonians, and I'm a true historian, I love everything that's up there, and I would cherish the day that we have a beautiful, town of Upton museum with all the artifacts that they have up there in grander display, But we'll continue discussions. But again, at first glance, I don't know if the footprint or the budget would accommodate it. But again, we'll do due diligence to make at least have the answer when we're asked the question.
So we did have in a study, I think 1,800 square feet assigned to the Historical Commission in one of the iterations. So we could look at how that might fit any of these plans if you want us to do that.
Let me reach out to Tom Bear, who's the the historical director first and just touch base with him first to make sure the 1800 is valid, and I'll get back to you. But it would be nice if we could just take again, without spending a lot of time, budget, or money on it, to take a look at it.
Yep.
Okay.
The other thing was if we decide to
Who's speaking right now, may I ask?
I'm sorry, this is Craig Weinfuss. I'm sorry, Jim.
Okay, thank you.
I was just thinking the other thing that I was concerned about. I don't know if there's been any discussion. If in the event that the Knowlton Rustine building is taken down for one reason or another, there's a consideration of the stained glass window that Carl Paulson had made. It's
Yep.
in the Knowlton Rustine building, and so there was some discussion about whether we might be able to accommodate that in the community center. I don't know if you guys have talked about that at all, and we don't have to talk about it tonight. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, and again, I think in years past, in many discussions, I think, and again, don't quote me on this. I think we need to look at how we're going to repurpose that stained glass, whether it be in this building or in another building within the downtown development. So when we look at conceptual views, because right now we're just looking at site plans for the building, but when we look at conceptual views of elevations and stuff like that, of how the buildings will look, we can absolutely see, how the stained glass may play a part. But again, if we don't know what the future is for the Rustine building, so
Right. Yeah.
we can't incorporate something when we don't know what the future of another building is yet. So,
Exactly. Yeah.
but I'm in agreement. I think we need to find a home for that stained glass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So the only other thing we have is that Nate had put together some slides about some thoughts of playground equipment. I don't know if this is the time to talk about that, or playground design, or whether you'd rather defer that to a smaller working group, or.
I would defer to make sure to my opinion, let's have at least Plan A and Plan B with respect to our site plan that we all approve on.
Yeah.
And then, once we do that, then we'll work on the details.
Okay.
All right? But I thank you for that. Okay. Anything else, Peter?
That's all we had.
Fantastic. Thank you. If I could just ask you, fantastic. Look at that. How you doing, Jay?
He's getting better.
Doing well. How's everybody?
Good. Did you win the game tonight or not?
No, it wasn't a game. Just it was a coaches conference, coaches meeting.
Coaches conference. All right. Good to see you. All right. So, just to do a quick recap, Peter, you'll send Steve Kirby this presentation as soon as you can, and then I will forward it respectively to the building committee. Look at it. I would like to try to have a quick meeting, for next Tuesday the 1st. Just, again, maybe just one or two things, just approve minutes, and maybe the only thing we talk about is site layout, is site layout with respect to what you see and what we need to do to move forward to make, the appropriate decision. So it'll be just a very quick meeting at 7 o'clock next Tuesday, the 1st. Again, meeting minutes and just, just to look at the different site options and have different opinions. Is everybody okay with that?
Will you confirm if it's Zoom or live?
I will confirm. What I'll do right now is we'll do it Zoom. If it's determined at that Zoom meeting that it's the consensus of the board to try to do a live presentation, then I'll work on that. But for next Tuesday, it'll be a Zoom.
Sounds good.
All right. So that is next meeting. We're down to number 9 on the agenda. Any other topics? Anything else? Anybody? Have I missed anything? Any comments? Anybody?
Jim, for that September 2nd meeting, was were you gonna?
September 1st meeting, the
Oh,
Tuesday, September
1st. Okay. I was just wondering if we were gonna try and coordinate something with the VFW at all, or
No,
not
Craig.
yet. Okay.
No, not yet.